Hello, everybody. My name is Wes. I'm your financial advisor coming to you from the Florida Keys. When people think about retirement planning, they often think of it as one long phase, saving, investing, and growing money over time. But in reality, there are two very different phases of financial life. There's accumulation and there's distribution. Understanding the difference between these two phases and planning for both is one of the most important shifts investors make as they move closer to retirement. In this video, I want to explain what accumulation is, what distribution is, why they require different thinking, and why many financial mistakes happen at the transition between the two. Let's jump right into it. So, what is accumulation? Accumulation is the phase where you are building wealth. This is when money is primarily flowing into your financial life. This income could come from work, business ownership, or other active sources. The primary goal during accumulation is growth over time. And during this phase, investors are usually focused on contributions, long-term returns, compounding, and riding out the market volatility. Time is really a powerful ally during accumulation because setbacks can often be recovered through future earnings and continued investing. Now, because time is on your side during accumulation, risk is often framed differently. Market declines are uncomfortable, but they're usually temporary. Volatility is something to tolerate, not avoid. And many accumulation strategies assume long time horizons, ongoing income, and flexibility to wait. And this mindset works well until the goal changes. Moving on, distribution is the phase where money begins flowing out of your portfolio to support your life. Instead of asking how much can this grow, the question becomes how reliably can this support me? Income now comes from withdrawals, portfolio cash flow, and possibly Social Security or pensions. Time is no longer just an ally, but rather becomes a constraint. And losses early in distribution can have a much larger impact because withdrawals continue regardless of the market conditions. Distribution changes the nature of risk. During accumulation, risk is mostly about volatility, but during distribution, risk is about sustainability, sequence of returns, and running out of money too early. A portfolio that looks strong on paper can still fail if withdrawals are poorly timed or poorly structured. And this is why a growth-only mindset doesn't automatically translate into a successful retirement. Many investors spend decades focused on accumulation and very little time preparing for distribution. The transition period is where risk tolerance often changes, income needs become clearer, and emotional reactions intensify. Mistakes here aren't usually about bad investments, they're about misaligned expectations. Using accumulation strategies in a distribution phase can create unnecessary stress and a lot of instability. It's also important to understand that these phases are not always cleanly separated. Many people work part-time in retirement, continue investing while taking withdrawals, and shift gradually rather than suddenly. This overlap makes planning more nuanced and not necessarily more complicated. The goal isn't to switch modes overnight, it's to align decisions with how money is being used at each stage. When investors don't understand accumulation versus distribution, well, they often take the wrong kind of risk and react emotionally to normal market movements. And they also focus on account balances instead of income stability. Understanding the difference helps set realistic expectations. And it reframes success away from how big is the portfolio and toward how well does this support my own life. To wrap all this up, accumulation and distribution are not just financial phases, they are mindset shifts. What works well when money is flowing in doesn't always work well when money is flowing out. And the goal isn't to avoid risk entirely, it's to really understand how the risk changes and how your strategy should also change with it. Because good retirement planning isn't just about building wealth, it's about using it rationally. I thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. As always, I'm trying to improve my craft. So if you believe I could improve on anything, have any general suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. Have a wonderful day.